everyone. I'm Athena Ali, the Get Noticed Coach, Career Strategist and Government Job Applications Specialist. Welcome to my live broadcast today on the key aspects of your resume that might be letting you down for a six-figure public sector promotion. So before I start today, I'd like to do an acknowledgement to country. So in the spirit of reconciliation, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and the connections to the land, sea and community, and I pay respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders today. Welcome and thank you for being here. So today we want to find out the key aspects of your resume that are letting you down for a six-figure public sector promotion. Now, if you're here live, please say hello in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, add hashtag replay down below so that I can see that you're there or that you viewed this before. That would be fabulous. So today, is your resume letting you down for a public sector promotion? Now, are you getting feedback perhaps that your resume isn't high level enough or that you don't appear to have enough experience and that's why you weren't shortlisted? But perhaps you know you have the experience, but you're not sure how to articulate it to a senior level. Okay, and I have many clients who come to me after not landing interviews and getting their resumes or CVs rewritten for them for that next level role, especially obviously when they haven't gotten that role and they haven't been selected out of that pile. So what I'm going to talk about today is what you can do to get selected. Hi, hi Gloria, nice to have you here. So what I'm going to talk about today is what you can actually do to get selected over everyone else in that pile. So first thing is are you experienced enough for the role? I often get people who come to me who sometimes I have to knock back for writing to particular roles because they aren't able to give me the right examples for the experience that's requested in a role. We can absolutely use transferable skills, but we need to make sure that those skills are at the level that are being requested. So if you are experienced enough and you've ascertained that you are, what projects or leadership opportunities have you already done without maybe even necessarily being paid to do them? So there might be some things that you've done at work that display your leadership capability for the next level role, even though it might not actually be part of your role. And you can use those examples to transfer into a next level role. You might look at some volunteer work that you've done or whether you've been asked on committees, and often there's committees in government that form for different change type projects that you might be on, that you might be representing your department. Or any key executive appointments, that form part of your role. Maybe you're doing any board roles. If you're doing board roles, or if you apply or you have board roles or governance experience, that they're really great pieces of experience you can highlight in your CV that show that you have experience at that next level. Perhaps you've done some acting roles even that are that next level. Perhaps it is for that role that you're applying for. So you should actually be able to speak to that level role. Or even any roles that you've done outside of work that aren't necessarily work related, but because they have leadership or project type or change management or transformation capabilities, can be used to ascertain your experience for the role. So firstly, it's ascertaining whether you meet the criteria and whether you have that experience. The second thing is that you need to check the band level or the APS level, the Australian Public Service level, or whatever it is called in your local government or state government, and write to those aspects of the role. You need to make sure that when you're writing, look for the document that actually explains what each band level, what each level is required to do. So if you're going from an EL1 role to an EL2 role, there will be a document out there that you can even get from HR. Look for the document that actually tells you what is expected at that level role, as well as the job description that you have in front of you. That will give you an indicator of the type of capabilities they're expecting for that role. So check the band requirements or the apps level requirements for that role. The third thing is write for the role that you want, not the role that you're in. What I find is that people tend to tell us more about what their job actually is right now and the things they've done now, rather than writing to the role that they want, which, if it's a step above, the role that you're doing right now might not meet the criteria of the next level role. So you need to stop detailing just your current job requirements and speak to that next level role. So look for examples where you've performed above and beyond what your current role actually does, or look for transferable skills from other positions or other things you've done or you're doing outside of work that actually speak to that level role. So in order to get into that shortlisted pile or beat that internal candidate who's already been pegged for the job, you need to ensure that you stand out from the pile to get selected for an interview. Now, if you've had your resume professionally written for you and you're still having problems getting shortlisted, then perhaps you need to start understanding that the problem may not just be your resume. Okay, and this is a common issue that I have with people who come to me who may have perhaps gone to somebody else or have had their document written by someone who's not a public sector expert. And so it's super important to understand that there might be other issues and not just your resume affecting your chances of getting into that shortlist pile for an interview. So if you're looking for a senior or management role, then your resume might not be the only thing. You need to beat other internal candidates or stand out and be the person that they're most excited to see. So in saying that, I would like to talk about those things with you. I do have a free training on next week for public servants particularly. It's on Tuesday the 30th of August at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra, Brisbane, it's at 8 p.m. Perth, it's at 6 p.m. and Adelaide, Northern Territory, it's at 7:30 p.m. Now, in this training, I'm going to be sharing with you the number one reason you're being overlooked for roles and what internal candidates have that you don't. And it's not necessarily because they know the hiring manager and that's why they get shortlisted. I'm also going to talk about the 3 mistakes that you're making and how to fix them right now. So be giving you a little bit of value around that and showing you what you need to do to fix that. And I'm also going to go through my proven 6-step process that works for my clients and why it will work for you too. So bring your tea and your Tim Tams and listen in if you're a public servant who's currently applying for new roles in other departments or tiers of government. Maybe you're getting knocked back or getting the silent treatment when you apply for roles. Or if you're trying to land a promotion within your department and you're always being overlooked, even though you've done many or some long-term acting roles and you still can't get shortlisted for a role. Or if you're a public servant who is about to apply for some roles. So I will add down below the link for this training next week. You will need to register for it if you would like to have access to it. Obviously, being there live is the best because you get to ask me questions. If not, there is an opportunity for a short period to access the replay. But I'd love to see you there. So the link is down below, so you can register for that anytime. I'll let you go for today. I don't see any questions for me today. Yeah, I guess I'll see you next week on my live or in my free training on Tuesday night. Have a great day. Bye.